Hey guys, welcome back to another video. I recently came across a British YouTuber that did a challenge of £1 a day for 3 meals for 1 day. I really enjoyed watching this video and thought it would be super fun to see what I could do with $1. I also found this other YouTuber from the UK who did a series of these challenges that were immensely popular. Oddly enough, I didn't find as many challenges being done in the US. Is it because they're harder to do? Can I manage to purchase 3 complete meals with only $1? In all fairness, £1 is equal to $1.38 in US currency, but I decided to go ahead and use $1 only just for the heck of it. I did notice in the UK challenges that they are able to buy single ingredients in their markets much easier than we are here in the US. However, I do know where I can get some single ingredient items for this challenge. The only way I'm going to be able to make this work is to get some kind of produce on a super good deal, and Wholesome Choice has the best deals. They have green beans for 79 cents a pound. That's very good. Tomatoes at 59 cents a pound. They've got lentils at 79 cents a pound. But I have been using those quite a bit lately. They have oatmeal at 69 cents a pound, which seems like a really good deal. And, yeah, none of this. Well, red potatoes at 69 cents a pound. I can probably beat that price. Anyhow, let's go ahead and go in and see. I basically need to weigh some of the items to see if they're going to work for this challenge. They have lemons 10 for $1, so at 10 cents I could probably put this with some pasta and make some kind of lemon pasta, which would be really good for dinner. But then again, I might need that extra 10 cents. But I'm going to go ahead and keep this in the back of my mind for now. This isn't a great price for mushrooms, but I do like the fact that you can buy them individually, and if I was to saute these with some pasta, that would be good as well. I'm looking at all of the sales and looking at the size of the items, trying to determine what would be the most bang for my buck and what I could walk away with for just a few cents. And I'm kind of looking at these very small squashes, but I still kind of think that that would take up too much space. Green beans, on the other hand, don't weigh very much, so I could probably get just a few of these for between 10 and 20 cents. Potatoes, 2 pounds for $1. That's actually less than the red potatoes. I also checked their bins. They have some of the regular bins that you can just reach in and dip out of, but their prices aren't as good as Winco. But I do like the fact that you can buy smaller quantities. The oatmeal, I noticed they had pre-packaged it into 3-pound bags, which is definitely not going to work for us today. I picked up a carrot, a few green beans, a tomato, and a potato. And I'm back to Winco to see what I can purchase out of their bulk food bins. With Winco, you never know what the prices are going to be. They don't actually have a circular, but they did have these tomatoes on what was an extra savings for them at 98 cents a pound, but it didn't compete with the tomatoes that I purchased at Wholesome Choice, so I'm glad that I picked that one up there while I was there. And I'm just kind of going to browse around and see what kind of deals they have to see if there's anything that might work. And their lemons were also quite a bit more, but I would like to purchase at least 1 banana, so I'm going to weigh this and see this. Wow, that'd be quite a bit of my budget though. I'm not sure about that. I did notice they have red bell peppers now for 58 cents, which I haven't seen them that low for a long time. Their mushrooms were a little bit less expensive as well, but I think when I weighed these out, it was still going to end up being far too much, because if you think about it, for $1 a day, you need to spend about 30 cents for each meal, and the majority of that really needs to be something that is super nutritious and sustaining. And fruits and vegetables is only going to be an accompaniment to that main item, like rice, beans, pasta, something like that. So yeah, I'm not really seeing anything here that's gonna work out. So I'm over in the bulk foods section and I'm realizing that I'm seeing items that I didn't see before. I think that's one of the blessings of doing these challenges or going without for a short period of time, is it really makes you see things a lot better, and it also makes you appreciate the ones that you end up purchasing. I'm looking at this buttermilk pancake mix and that looks very tempting, but I wouldn't be able to put anything sweet with it because I don't have any fruit. I can't afford any fruit. So that would probably not turn out very well. I see the corn muffin mix, some other baking mixes, and I'm just wondering how you utilize those because I don't see a recipe or anything. I'm going to weigh out what looks to be a half of a cup of oatmeal just to see what I think it's going to come in at, and I believe it'd be around 25 to 30 cents. That is normally, when I do eat oatmeal, that's about the size of serving that I would eat. It might be fun to try just a little bit of the blueberry muffin mix and see if I could make a muffin for breakfast, but I'm not sure if it requires just water or, what the situation with that is. If anyone knows, please leave me a comment. I'm just looking at the bins trying to determine what the least expensive item would be so that for 30 cents I could fill my belly for lunch and for dinner. And I just realized that you can actually blend your own peanut butter at Winco, which I think is really cool. I didn't see this last time I was in, and they have some fairly amazing things that they're doing here. They've got honey, they've got coffee, they've got all kinds of things. And then I spotted these little snacks, and I kind of like that because I can just pick up a few small pieces out of each one and treat myself without feeling like I've spent too much money. So I'm definitely gonna get into this next time I'm here, but for now I'm just gonna get my items and head home. So here's what I picked up for the challenge. I decided to go with spaghetti. I think it's gonna fill me up, and the price was right. I think I'm going to be able to make something tasty with it alongside this tomato, which I got on a spectacular sale at only 14 cents. I picked up these diced tomatoes, which were an excellent deal, but unfortunately I'm not sure I can make it work in the challenge because even though they're on sale, the total price is 33 cents, and that's 1/3 of my total budget. Even if I use it in 2 different meals, it's just not going to work. I picked up a banana with the idea that I might be able to make that work, but again, it took up too large of a portion of my budget. I picked up some oatmeal, and I think that's going to work out well for breakfast. I picked up some navy beans, which I absolutely love, and I think that those will work well to fill my tummy, and they're super nutritious with lots of protein and vitamins. I also picked up one small carrot at Wholesome Choice for 9 cents. And these are the green beans that I got, and I was really excited that they were only 8 cents. Actually, if I would have known they were going to come in that low, I would have probably picked up at least 3 or 4 more green beans. And like I said, I really like the diced tomatoes, but I didn't end up using them because, when you have 30 cents per meal, it just doesn't leave really anything for any extras other than the item that's going to be the most sustaining, like the beans, the pasta, the oatmeal, those sorts of things. Okay, these are the basic pantry items that I'm going to be using in the challenge. I'm just using garlic salt, salt, pepper, oil, and a super small amount of sugar because that is what I believe everybody already has in their pantry. And then I went ahead and measured the oatmeal out, and fortunately it was just almost a half a cup, which is how much I normally eat anyway. I absolutely love sun-dried tomatoes, so roasting these tomatoes was the perfect option for me. I'm going to be able to use this in my beans as well as with my spaghetti. It's a very intense tomato flavor, and I just think it's going to work out perfectly. My beans are almost ready to start cooking. They've swelled up, and it looks like there's going to be plenty for me. I am now ready for my most exciting meal of the day because I know it's gonna be delicious. Although I do find myself in a bit of a quandary. I'm not sure what I want to do with the carrots. I've been thinking about maybe adding them to the spaghetti, and I know right now what many of you are thinking, carrots and spaghetti? I know this sounds like an odd combination. However, one of my all-time favorite Italian restaurants, Ago in West Hollywood, used to serve this super delicious marinara that had these little pieces of carrots in it, and it was absolutely delicious. It was the best spaghetti I've ever had in my life. At the time, I thought it was so odd to have carrots in the marinara. I had never seen that before, but I hadn't been exposed to a lot of authentic Italian food before, and apparently carrots in the marinara is actually common. Anyway, before somebody asks me, let me just say that Ago did close its doors in late 2019 due to losing its lease. However, the chef Agostino Schiandri has several other restaurants in the area if you want to check them out. So what I'm thinking about doing is maybe roasting them because I'm a little bit worried that it's not going to look very good if I add them into the spaghetti. We could play around with this though and, call this a deconstructed marinara. Get fancy with it. That'd be kind of cool. I love to make my green beans pan fried in a little olive oil with garlic. I like them best when they're crisp tender. That's a little tender on the outside and crisp on the inside. Wow, they seem to shrink when I put them in this big bowl that I've got. I think the diameter on that is about 10 inches. I did roast my carrots, but then I decided I wanted to go ahead and put them in the pan so they could get the nice garlicky flavor before I put them onto the plate. If you don't like garlic and you want to make this dish, just make sure to add a little butter and you're going to get lots and lots of flavor from these roasted tomatoes. The spaghetti turned out to be just the right amount. I have to say, I'm surprised I was able to eat this well on only $1. I ate whole foods that I would normally eat in my diet. I would have liked to have some fruit toppings in my oatmeal, but it tasted good and it was very filling. For my lunch, I selected navy beans because I knew I would enjoy the flavor without added spices. The carrots helped to add some nutritional value, and just a small amount of roasted tomatoes added a little acidity to the beans, which is, in my opinion, a nice balance to the dish. Lastly, the spaghetti was my favorite meal of the night. It's a reminder to me that I don't need to spend a lot of money to be satisfied. The single roasted tomato added a ton of flavor, and the garlic salt imparted a lot of flavor as well. The green beans for 8 cents was an amazing value, and just those 7 green beans made my meal so much more enjoyable. The guy that did the UK challenge was able to purchase single eggs. Obviously, here doing that is just not possible. I had a lot of fun doing this challenge. I think that if I would have added maybe a cup of milk to each meal, this would have been more nutritionally balanced, and it still would have been a very, very low cost day. Anyhow, I hope you liked my video. I'll see you next week in another budget-friendly video where we'll find new ways to eat good food on a low budget.